Hello, everybody. Welcome to this follow-up for Mars Audiac Quintet, the third studio album from Stereolab. I am still quite conflicted on this one. I don't like it as much as Transient, I don't think. And I haven't listened to Emperor Tomato Ketchup, I believe that's what it is, or anything past this yet, so I can't really compare it to stuff coming later. But I'm told that some of the later stuff plays more into the kind of things that I like off of this album versus the stuff I don't like. So, the way I see this album is I think it's just it's a tad too long, and if I were to take out the songs I don't like, it would probably be a more, I would say appropriate length. But also, I don't know. I think that there, like I said in the reaction, I believe, there's certain things happening on this album that I think Transient did better. And those would be songs like the first two, 3D Melody, Wow and Flutter. Those don't really strike me all that much. And then the songs Transport Sans Bouger, L'Enfer de Formis, and to some degree New Orthophony. But definitely the first two, and then tracks 11 and 12. Whenever Stereolab does a more like rocky tune that just comes out of the gate at like a certain speed already, and it just maintains that speed and it barely changes, those just like put me to sleep, and not in a good way. They're not dynamic. They're very repetitious, and I understand that some people enjoy Stereolab as like a groove-based band. They like to get into the groove, they like it as background music, they like the tone it sets. And that I understand. But what I get from music, songs like that just kind of fall through the cracks for, because there's a certain like spectrum of like rock visceral enjoyment and like ambient background. And there's a certain point where they don't quite meet, and songs that are in that just fall through the gap and they just do nothing for me. So tracks like 1, 2, 11 and 12, I would probably cut those out. Transona 5, I think is decent. There's stuff on Transient I like better than that. Some of my favorites off of this album, though, are the more subdued kind of loungy tracks, like De Etoile Electronique, International Coloring Contest as well. I think Three Longers Later is an interesting kind of sparse sort of song. From what I can remember, I think The Stars Our Destination is also kind of sparse and spacey. That I vibe with. I like that. The more rocky tracks on here that I do enjoy, Nihilist Assault Group is pretty awesome. Anamorphose, again, that like sax or whatever it is in the last half, I just really groove with that. Outer Accelerator, I actually like the groove on that. I like the melody and the tone that it sets. Fire Yellow is really odd, very repetitious, but I like the kind of bouncy, almost like aquatic sound that it has. So there's a lot on this album that I do like, but there is a fair portion that I don't. And the fact that it's 67 minutes long, it's like, I'm not one to say, oh, it should have been shorter. But there's just probably for me only like 40-ish to 45 minutes of material on here that I really do enjoy. And those would be tracks like, to some degree, Transona 5, De Etoile Electronique, Ping Pong, Anamorphose, Three Longers Later, Nihilist Assault Group, International Coloring Contest, Stars Our Destination is fine, Outer Accelerator, and then maybe Fiery Yellow. So it's been kind of hit and miss. I know this is a favorite for some people, and I'm really interested to see in the comments why you guys think this is a favorite, what it does for you that it didn't do for me. But I'm not like burnt out on Stereolab or like, betrayed or anything like that. I think this was solid. I just prefer Transient in a myriad of ways. It hit me a little bit better. So I am interested to see what Emperor Tomato Ketchup is like after this and pretty much everything going forward. Interesting music. And while some of these songs don't quite turn my crank, the ones that do, I find very intriguing and engaging. And it makes me eager to hear more. Anyway, that is my follow-up to Mars Audiac Quintet. Thank you so much for watching.